watch when they're rallying, they're campaigning.
Yeah.
And you will see that some of these cats aren't as clear as you want them.
Well, that's when they come out to do their laundry, and that's when people find out. Touch up on that real quick. Local elections here.
Yeah.
I heard it on one of the radio stations. Somebody called in and said, "Oh, that's not cool that the candidates are talking trash about one another." And I said, "No, hell no, let it play out."
Yeah.
We need to find out who these people are, because only when they're selling us, their agenda, are they good people.
Yeah.
But once they get in, they're all like, fuck the voter.
Yeah.
And
just to real quick, to touch on agenda, man, it's just like anything else.
Yeah.
This agenda that we're living through right now, who's to say the next one is going to be any better?
It's going to be a continuation of this one.
Yeah.
It always is.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's a pretty crazy world out there, man.
But the book is good.
The book is good. So if y'all are bored, you have some extra time, y'all driving, airplane, whatever y'all decide on your travels, or just sitting at home reading.
Yep.
Or audiobook, since I'm lazy and I like listening to audiobooks. So we just want to touch on something real quick. Like I said, we just started. We have a Twitter now. So trying to get our stuff out there so you can support us. So our Twitter is wayward_sons TX. And our Instagram, very similar, wayward_sons TX. And, or TX podcast. Forgive me for that. And just go out there, follow us.
Yep.
And we'll follow back if you feel a need to post or whatever.
Comment, and we'll try to get comments back too, and we want to hear. We really do, and that's the whole reason. After 4 years of talking about it, we finally pulled the trigger on it, and good or bad,
And for sure, criticism, all criticism, we'll take it with how we think about it, and then we'll go and suggestions for the show.
Yep.
Or anything like, hey, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that?
Yep.
And we could put our great minds to work.
Hell yeah.
So with that being said, man, a little bit here local. So we noticed in the West Texas area some of the service in these restaurants.
Not hard to notice.
You know what I'm saying? So we got started with this. I'm working on the equipment to get how we're getting this thing done.
Mm-hmm.
So I called you yesterday on my way in from work, and I was like, hey man, I'm gonna stop by Best Buy.
Yep.
And it's so funny how these employees, it's like they're watching you, but they're not watching you.
Yeah.
They're kind of sitting there with in the corner of the eye, like, oh man, I hope you don't ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm here, so they can't say that I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little busy.
He's working the floor.
Yeah. So anyways, I was looking for an interface, like we talked, and to try to get some things, leveled out with the microphones and stuff like that here. But dude, there was a guy, and I asked him. I said, hey man, y'all wouldn't have to have any like recording equipment that could help me out, hook up 2 microphones, this and everything.
Yeah.
And when I asked him, his eyes were just like, oh fuck, I can't believe this guy just asked me this shit. You know, and that's fine. Granted, I give him respect. He did answer the question. He said, dude, not here. The only way it would be is online, naturally, or you go to the local recording music store.
Yeah.
I said, okay, cool, man. No big deal.
Mm-hmm. So
I left. But, restaurants. We talk about this all the time.
Yep. Everybody talks about it, man. There's not one single person out here that doesn't complain about the service.
But why though?
I think we it's our own doing, because in West Texas, for people that aren't familiar with it, if there is anybody out there that's not familiar with it, it's a booming economy out here.
Yeah.
Even with high gas prices.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. You get people that don't give a damn, and go blow $100 on 4 drinks at the bar.
Yeah.
On a Friday night. And then on top of that, $80-$100 that they spend, there's another 20 for the barista, the bartender or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that. I don't tip that way, man. And it's funny because I can rant about this shit forever.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man.
During the pandemic, it was all over the news, not just local. The restaurants, the locals,
Right.
They're not making any money. People can't go in and eat. Blah blah blah. Support.
Right. Because a lot of it was online.
Yeah, a lot of people turned out. They helped. They were trying to keep everybody afloat. Post pandemic, man, go down the main road over there.
Yeah.
They're all full, waiting for 45 minutes to 2 hours, just so they can get your order wrong when you sit at the table. And it still takes you another 15, 20 minutes for the server to come in and even ask you, what do you want to drink? Here's your chips. Here's your appetizer, whatever.
Water.
Yeah. And then they give you attitude. They show up. I mean, your problem is not my problem.
Yeah.
You're working here.
Yeah, you chose that profession.
Yeah. And I'm not, by any means am I degrading that person or even saying, find a better job. No. Everybody does what they can. So it's bad service, man. And we here in West Texas, man, that's like a habit. I mean, I maybe that's a thing when you apply at a restaurant. They tell you, you got to have a shit attitude. I don't know.
Maybe.
And there's been some servers that have been really great, but the other thing that I see, too, is if you're not what do they call it, a regular at that restaurant, no. You're going to get basic service. If you're a regular, oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Your cup is filled the whole time. Yeah. They're over there, making sure you're taken care of.
Yeah.
Because they know that tip is coming.
Yeah.
But if they don't know you,
oh,
no.
Yeah. Well, see, a little quick story. Back when I was, younger, I spent my time, hanging out, after I got done playing golf. And I remember I went to the bar, and I had a few buddies. I hung out there, and the bartender knew me, kind of like you said, the Norm.
Yeah.
Norman. There's those nicknames. Oh, there's Norm.
Yep.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Old show again. You had to throw that in. And people would come in, and I would sit there, and dude, they literally, like you said, they would sit there for like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The bartender would not even sniff at them.
Nope.
And finally, I remember one time I asked the lady next to me, I said, "Ma'am, do you need a drink?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh." Well, she kind of took that as, I'm going to pay for it. Nah, time out, buddy. I'm not doing that. But I did get the attention of the bartender, told her that lady needed a drink, and she was taken care of. But, but that was years ago, man. I mean, that was, I was 23. So, I've aged a little bit. The last time I went to that bar, man, I felt so out of place. I'm just like, what? Now, how old I am, my age now, I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But no, the service, dude, like you said, one thing my wife noticed too is if you're a man or a male, and you tend to get a little better service than females. If the server's female.
Oh, okay, I see.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My wife has noticed that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just like, oh, it's because that female, blah blah blah. She's working her tip, and I get it,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not the type like. If I tip, it's probably because it was mediocre service,
right?
And I'm not going to give $20 tip like some of these other guys that have extra money to blow,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just trying to make a statement, because there's guys that just tip just to tip, to try to look cool, to try to be like, oh well, that girl there, she knows me, and but it kind of works in the same way. Mm-hmm. They tip good, they know the next time they come, he's going to get good service.
Yep.
So I guess. It's kind of a play or double-edged sword, maybe, type thing.
Yeah, you could say it that way.
To make sure he's guaranteed a good showing next time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. That's kind of one of the things I've seen.
Well, and the tipping thing, man, that's gotten way out of hand, man. Order a pizza for pickup. Mm-hmm. You go to sign, they tell you it's $23, $26.
Right.
You pay, and they give you the receipt to sign it, and they're expecting a damn tip, man. I'm not going to tip you for making my pizza.
Yeah.
That's already in your wages. You didn't deliver it.
Yeah.
Hell, you still charge me for the Parmesan cheese and dipping sauce and all that, so that's already extra cost.
Yeah.
And I'm not a cheapskate by any means, but I'm not going to tip you for doing your job.
Yeah. Especially if it's just making it and letting it sit there.
Yeah. It's pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of little restaurants here local that are like that.
Yeah, and then like I hate it when it comes up on the screen.
Yeah.
On the touch screen, and it says no tip, $5, whatever. And I'm like, if I could push as hard as I could, I probably broke the screen. I'm like, no tip, especially, for
something simple.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm not gonna tip you for rolling my burrito. I'm sorry. No. But yeah, man, this area is, when we go out of town, man, I remember one time, man, the best service I've received was in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. We went to Dave & Buster's.
Oh yeah.
The guy took our drink order and comes back like, it's like they were waiting for us already. Like they could read our mind. Right. He comes back and he's like, "You guys ready to order?" Blah blah blah. Sure. Right. Gave him our order. We hadn't even gotten a quarter of the way into our appetizer, and here comes the food. Yeah. And the dude was like, "Hey man, here's your food, fresh, blah blah blah." So we had a good time. We ate the whole time we were there. The guy made sure my cup was filled. Took the plates, he offered, he kept up, man. Do y'all got need anything? Right. Here's dessert, blah blah blah, everything. Great service, man. I laid $20 down. My buddy lays another 20 down. I was like, that's how you do it, man.
Yeah. Straight up.
Pay your tab. Great service. I felt good. Man, but here,
and it brings up to and we talked about this when me and my wife go to Vegas. Mm-hmm. I love Vegas, bro. Vegas is, to me, it's an adult fucking Disneyland. Yeah. The things you can do in Vegas are just depends on how much money you want to spend. We'll just put it to you that. That's what it boils down to, right? Yeah. But every restaurant we went to, and don't matter what, the wait was no more than 30 to 45 minutes. Yep. The server was on point. Mm-hmm. But you think about number-wise, how many people travel to Vegas, in and out? Millions. Yeah. In the weekend. And, dude, my cup never got no more than let me rephrase this. I never had a quarter of my drink in my cup. Yep. Kept it coming. Now, they just didn't bring me one. They said, "Sir, would you like another one?" Yeah. And then they had it right then and there. Mm-hmm. Yep. So the service, if you can do service like that in a place that has millions of people going through there, yep, in the 3-day period, why can't it be done here?
It's a culture, I think.
You think so?
I think it's a culture, man, because, again, maybe it's that. Maybe they don't deal with different types of personalities every day. You deal with your local personality, So, it's hard to say. It's hard to say if it's just them, personally them, or if the restaurant's not putting in not making an effort to train these people and tell them, look, you got to be hospitable. Right. You can't just show up with your notepad and say, what do y'all want? No. You don't have to pat everybody on the back, but be polite. Polite will take you along. I'm polite naturally, man. Right. No matter where I go, no matter how shitty the service is, I still say thank you, you're welcome, stuff like that, man. Yeah. They don't even do that, man. They don't even say, hey, thanks for coming in, supporting us. They don't have to. Yeah. But it would go a long way.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And I think a lot of it has to do with them knowing that, well, it don't matter. The line's out the door.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's like a culture thing, man. Like it's like a service culture, man. The industry, type of thing.
That's just crazy, though. You would figure that the business would flourish more. Yep. And it's an old saying. You catch more bees with honey or
than you do with vinegar. Yeah. Buc-ee's.
Oh.
Why do people visit Buc-ee's? Because of the clean bathroom.
Dude, yeah.
Nobody goes to Buc-ee's. I'm not going to say nobody, but me personally. Right. Why do I go to Buc-ee's? Because I want to use the bathroom at Buc-ee's. Regardless of what it is I got to go do, I want to use the bathroom at Buc-ee's. Yeah. Because it's clean. Yeah. They got the guy walking around there with a little cart, spraying shit down, taking care of, handling it.
Yeah. And it's a travel center, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It don't smell
and there's not shit scattered on the floor where kids, just grab bags and put them everywhere. No. Because they make sure their people understand why people go to Buc-ee's. Yeah. I think that's maybe what it is, man. Yeah. They're just not putting an effort into training these people.
Yeah, but also they get paid good.
Yeah.
From what I was told.
Damn good, man.
The employees at Buc-ee's I hear get paid pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but that's just hearsay from the guys that live in that area.
Well, it's at the pump, man. Yeah. It's at the pump.
But I'll tell you what, my wife, you know, our daughter dances, so she's always in and